Hey y'all, this is Port 1119 with Head Frame Hunters. We're here in Harlan County, Kentucky at the Pathfork complex. You might be wondering, well, Pathfork, Harlan County, that don't sound like hard rock. It's not hard rock, it's coal. This right here is a continuous miner. A fairly new one and one set up for low seam. So what this does, it mechanically digs coal with the cutter head on the front of it and has a conveyor up here that'll transfer coal onto what are called shuttle cars, which are electrically powered trucks, more or less, with a conveyor belt on them that'll transfer coal into a feeder breaker. It all works in real low height where you wouldn't be able to fit a conventional dump truck in. Other thing you might be noticing, there's no cab, there's no operator station. It actually runs off of remote control. If you've ever seen remote control LHD, it's a pretty similar arrangement where the operator can stand behind it, stay under supported ground, so he's not in any unsupported area that has not yet been bolted or meshed. This right here is the engineering offices. Tipples that way. There's that miner, and back that away is all of the mobile equipment that's being used for the reclamation and salvage process. They're processing old coal or yard waste around the prep plant and pulling good coal out of it. We're gonna kind of make our way up the holler here. This is the tipple for Pathfork, or rail loadout, depending on what you want to call it, where unit trains carrying coal would have been loaded. I believe this was a thermal coal mine, and I was told it was last really active in the late 90s to early 2000s. I've also been warned that most of the metal is in real bad shape and shouldn't be climbed on, so we'll pretty well shoot this from ground level. Up there, those big towers would have had a coal stockpile that could be drawn down without needing a dozer or a loader to push in. From there, it'd be conveyed across this conveyor into this bin, at which point the tipple operator would load unit trains. Looks as if there may have been two bins side by side. So we're looking back at the tipple at Pathfork. These here are going to be settling ponds to allow sediment to settle out of water before it's discharged back into a stream. These here are the conveyors running from the prep plant to the tipple, and there is the prep plant itself with a nice big door thickener or clarifier, heard it called either. That's going to dewater material, probably dewater slurry, which would then be pumped up to a slurry pond. Really the prep plant or coal preparation process involves basic sizing and then a screening and washing process, whereby the coal is separated into different grades via screens, possibly wash screens. Clean it off, remove excess dust or particulate, separated from any gang or top rock, which I think around here would be sandstone, and then dried. There's another very special something here that I'm not going to mention it because that would spoil the surprise. believe this hopper here would have been used to load trucks, as would that belt line right there. The weight limit on the bridge coming out of Pathfork is only 22 tons, so they'd be significantly limited in the ability to ship coal via truck. See, it's not in very good shape in there, so we're going to stay at ground level. This orange and red and coal colored apparatus ahead of us is a portable screening plant. It's self-propelled, runs on tracks. The grizzlies on the left side of the machine are where rock is fed in. You see the conveyor belt runs material up to the top. This whole apparatus will then shake up and down, or there's a somewhat circular throw motion, maybe about an inch, 3/4 of an inch of stroke. I think that's what we use. And the gridded media in there, screen cloths, will classify material by size. And then that conveyor and that conveyor will discharge product. What it appears that they've been doing here is rescreening stockpiles to separate out waste material. That would be potentially saleable coal, and this is junk. A really, really cool thing that we'll get in coal is wood, tree trunks. Because remember, coal is formed by a prehistoric swamp. There's a lot of organic material embedded in coal. This up here, this dam, behind there will be the slurry pond, where all of the fines and waste material produced during the preparation process are pumped up to for storage. This filled up a whole holler with slurry. That's the pump house, and then that girder there is the rotating arm for the thickener classifier that would dewater a lot of the slurry. And the belt to the tipple is up that way. I'll leave that right there. Probably would have been a tank cage for oxygen and acetylene tanks, I believe. I may be wrong. So this area up here, which has been so conveniently signed danger, is the dump hopper for trucks carrying coal out of the mines. It would then be gravity assisted, fed through the wash plant, or the prep plant, which we'll be looking at a little more in a minute. Then conveyed out that way to the tipple. I'm not actually sure if they used a crusher here, or just counted on the coal being sized down by the continuous miner. It's not going to be like with hard rock, where particulars of your drill pattern and your powder factor will affect the rock size. Continuous miner should give you fairly uniformly sized coal product. So this is looking up at that dump hopper. Then coming down, looks like there was a secondary hopper with a belt that dumps onto the primary feed belt for the prep plant. So, caution magnet, what that's about is that big orange block right there. So any kind of mine, especially underground mines, will get what you call tramp metal. It'll be roof bolts, drill steels, scaler or miner bits, spray paint cans, PB blaster cans, scrap metal, half a loader, stuff like that. You don't want that going through your plant, jamming equipment, or getting your final product and cause it to break quality specs. So that magnet right there, it'll pull it right off. Get it out of your material flow. So what this looks to have been was a screening circuit. Yeah, this is most definitely a screen. Just like the portable one, but a bit bigger. What it'll do is classify material by size. That's what we call pegboards up on top. It'll pull your real big nasty stuff off. And then looks like they loaded some grades of coal directly from here. There's a double track standard gauge railroad in there. From there it runs into the washing and drying portion of the prep plant. All this in here is what I'm talking about with rail loading at the prep plant. There's a hopper right there. I think this would have been larger grades of coal. I'm not too familiar with coal grades and specifications. Yes, it is. Remember me talking about a surprise? Here it is. I don't know this mine's name. It might be P11. I'm not rightly sure. Either way, this is your archetypical Eastern Kentucky drift coal mine. Flooded. Of course it's flooded. Anyways, so what this is, it's a box cut they put down on the hillside to expose the seam, which is going to be down there. I don't know, I don't think that's more than 6 feet deep. And your far left portal will be your conveyor portal. So that'd run rock off of a shuttle car to a feeder breaker to the belt line all the way out to there. Then your center portal would probably be your main portal, and your right portal would be your fan portal. So actually, if you look close, all the portals are still there. They just kind of heap some dirt up in front of them to seal them. And spoiler alert, even if we find any, we will not be doing any underground video in abandoned coal mines. The gas under there, whether it's black damp or fire damp, is too hazardous to. It's too hazardous to enter without a gas detector and a CBA, which we don't have the budget for. A CBA, like BG4, is thousands of dollars, and it's not cheap for the scrubber compound for even a single use either. So we will not be doing that. About the best I can offer you is maybe a shot down a portal. Anyways, just thought this would be a nice little addition to this video. The water level is lower than it was on Google Earth.